Hello, Serge here from the back porch. I've recently discussed a question from Michael Forrest. He actually had two questions, and so I'm going to cover his second question. In it he says, when he asked about should the left arm break in the backswing, straighten up at impact, and then break in the forward swing, no in the backswing, straighten up, yes, at the impact, and break in the forward swing. Over the shoulders we come up. All right? Now his next point was this. Also, is it wrong to end the backswing at a point to the right of the toe line for a right-handed golfer? If so, is this not closer to the rotational swing which you teach against? I'm trying hard to get your swing down pat with my backswing finishing so that the club shaft is perpendicular to the ground, but now I'm beginning to second guess what I thought you were teaching. Thanks. And he signs it Medman. I wonder if that means that that Michael is a doctor. All right. Now you mentioned that finishing to the right of the aiming line would be out there is rotational. I don't really think that's rotational. I think you might have meant to say left, because most rotational golfers finish way in here. Either way, they're not. It's a problem. If you're hitting the ball and aiming to the right, that means you've come up and you're sort of like this. You have to be hitting some pretty lousy shots, everything from tops and maybe chops, but mostly I would think thins, open face, weak cuts and blades to the right, and then pushes and slices. So I don't think that's what you were meaning. I think you were meaning that are you finishing left of the target? And no, that is definitely not it, because now that opens up the whole other Pandora's box to the other side of the aiming line, which would be the left side, which would be, for a right-handed golfer, would be pull hooks and snap hook, duck hooks, and so the reason that being is the physics of an impact is that the club has to approach the ball on the aiming line, strike it on the line and be square, leave on the line accelerating, and hit the ball solid or in sweet spot while doing the first three. Now again, I don't care if you're throwing darts, you're serving a tennis ball, you're throwing a baseball from a pitcher to an outfielder trying to throw it to an infielder or a home plate, shooting pool, a hockey player, everybody follows straight through. Heck, here I got my little bowling alley. If I'm trying to throw a ball and bowl a bowling ball, you go straight back and through. They might put a little curvature on it, a little snapping in the hands to get more curve in it, but for the most part, you see these people, they swing and they finish straight up right over here. Just like I mentioned in a daily a while back about how tennis players, when they serve, they come over the top, they come straight down. But the best one was when they do forehands and they do backhands, they always come straight up over the air. And especially even when they do double backhands, they come straight up here, and the one I like is when they do it this way, the forehand's right up over like a perfect golf finish. All right? So all these sports, they need accuracy too. But we need it even more than all these other sports based on the fact that our ball goes so much farther than their ball goes. And so consequently, the farther a ball goes, if it starts going offline, it's going farther offline. And it's going on a really bad offline if you're putting a lot of curve on it. Okay? And so that's why we have to control our rotations, meaning we swing into the forward mid-toe up and up the tree, because a flat club face hitting a round ball will put more spin on it if you don't control the rotations. So in golf, that's why bad shots with curve or pulls or fades or whatever, blocks to fades and slices than pulls to draws and hooks get worse as you add curve to the ball. Get even more worse as the ball goes farther and farther, because it's got longer to go on that straight line bad, or that start bad and then curve more go really, really bad. All right? And so we have to finish in line. So that's why we go in the catcher's mitt and up the tree. We turn only to the shoulders over the toe line, which means, as you can see, I haven't turned any more than about 70 degrees. That's about 90. And then when the hands get way inside, the toe line in here, you can see that what? I'm over my toe line. If I turn my shoulders so far as to get my arms, this arm, upper arm almost perpendicular to my toe line, that's probably about 120 or more degrees, if not closer to 130 or 140. And you see that a lot with supple players and even a lot of players on the PGA Tour. And boy, when you're inside, that means you're a mile in the sacred burial ground. There's only one way out, trying to hit the ball straight. You have to get around your body and come down to the aiming line. But once you're going around, Remember, golf is like life. What goes around comes around. That's where they end up finishing over there. But they have to come through and lag, drag, hold, block, stop that face from rotating back to square. And that's why they tend most of the time for their bad shots to be misses to the right. But the one that really kills them is a double cross when, and I think many times when a guy's been missing a little bit too much right, he says it's not going right, and he goes ahead and releases more toe up into the catcher's mitt, pulling like crazy and toe up. Whew, going left to left, and that's what they call a double cross when you do exactly opposite of what you normally do, and the ball really goes bad. So we're always swinging up and down the aiming line, just swinging in front of our body, up and down the aiming line. Finishing the T finish, recoiling, relaxing to the target. On, square and solid. If you want to play good golf and hit relatively straight shots, controlling your golf ball to the max that we can possibly done, which is basically hitting the ball relatively straight, you have to be on, and finish in your T finish, shoulders horizontal on the ground, spine vertical, equilateral triangle, the back shoelaces, the back knee, the belt buckle, the chest, the nose, the right arm pointing at the target, and then when you recoil and relax, the club pointing at the target. You master that T finish, and you'll be finishing in line and hitting straight shots, and therefore shooting lower scores. That's it for the search for today, and I'll be talking to you all again soon.